What's up, boys and girls? Old Uncle 2 back with you once again. Today, I've got a special announcement for you. Today, I'm announcing a huge giveaway with well over $5,000 in value in prizes and close to 2 years of free community membership. The grand prize winner will get 1 full year at Transform Trading for free. The second place winner will get 6 months for free. Third place, 3 months. Fourth place, 1 month. What I'm going to need you to do is sign up through the link in the description, and you're going to get points for completing the task. Right now, the tasks are to follow, sub, like, retweet, refer a friend, and also we're going to have some spicy little Easter egg codes and the Transform Trading YouTube. So make sure you subscribe over there and hit the bell icon so that you can get those codes in our videos, and then we'll add additional tasks as we go. But as of now, the contest is starting and will continue until the October 30th at midnight. What's up, boys and girls? Old Uncle 2 back with you once again. Got a short Bitcoin video discussion, I should say. Short Bitcoin discussion for you today that you maybe have expected to see before this, but we had put out a like goal on our last video, and maybe that was a bad idea since it was Link, it was Wyckoff, maybe not something that you guys were looking to do, and I hit it with a big goal, so that's on me. Sorry, boys. I'll take the L on that one, but we're going to go ahead and throw another like goal on this video, and we're going to hit it with a 100 like goal. And if we can get a 100 like goal, this is Bitcoin, this is Elliott Wave. Come on. I know we can do it. I'm going to record again tomorrow, and then we'll throw another like goal onto that video, and we'll do another video after that, and another video after that. And what we'll do is if we hit that goal, I'll throw up a Twitter poll and let you guys choose the asset for tomorrow. So let's just talk about Bitcoin today, and we're going to keep this short, just one little topic. So a account that is out there in the internet worlds of Elliott Wave on the Twitter sphere, within my circle of people I talk to as well, I'm seeing that this wave as a flat is growing in popularity. And it is absolutely something that should be talked about, and I have not discussed it on this channel yet because it's not my primary expectation. In fact, I would say it's not top 2. Typically, I'll give you top 2, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. And I want to talk about why it's important to keep an eye on, A, and B, why I'm not thinking it's my primary, right? So, what we'll talk about is, you know, contextually, it doesn't necessarily matter outside of this pattern what this pattern is, but let's just contextually talk about my account. As you guys know, I have the entire correction from the beginning of the Bitcoin correction way back there as a flat wave in progress, and then that would mean that this is an impulsive structure off the high, something like that, right, to finish the the Bitcoin correction from the all-time high. Okay, so of course, there's other people that have this as a 5-wave move. I think that's terrible practice, to be honest, considering just the look of it. Yeah, sure, this doesn't make a new low, but anyway, it just seems like a perfect free. This is this wave is like a perfect zigzag, right? So let's just leave it at that. And we've been talking about that loads and loads. So if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you know my ideas on that. In any event, that's my idea. So if my primary expectation, this is an impulsive wave, there's a little thing that some call it, say, rule, some say guideline. It is a guideline, but it is known as a rule because it's called a rule. So just to get it out there so it's not so awkward, it is the rule of alternation, but it's actually a guideline. So you hear people call it, well, so you'll actually hear people discuss it as the guideline of alternation. It's not what it's called. It's called the rule of alternation. It is changed to a guideline. But in any event, that's what it was coined as, and that just simply means that the idea of the rule/guideline has evolved over the years as well. But the current thinking is that in an impulsive wave, that the corrective structures will alternate between sideways and sharp. Well, that would mean that, and typically the 2 is a sharp, and the 4 is a sideways. This is an extremely simple concept within Elliott Wave, but an extremely important concept. And, you know, everything that I do is very simple. I think that this is a simple theory, and I practice it simply. And this is an extremely important concept that is simple, but I think that is overlooked. So in this concept, this considering that concept, this 2 wave proposed to, if this is a flat, and like I drew it out with the polyline tool, throw waves on that, right? So it's just gonna mess with me up that. Okay, so in that proposed scenario, if this is a sideways style, and it is, and we'll talk about that in a second, then this should be a sharp style, and it is. Perfect, right? Okay, so quickly, why is this a sideways style? Well, because it's a 3, 3, 5, and this 3 is actually a triangle. We identified this in real time, as bad as your boy is at triangles, to let you guys know that what this was, because we thought that there was a potential for this to be the low at the time, right, of the whole correction, because it did come down in a flat. You expect to come down and finish in the area of the terminus of the A for the C, unless you're going to expand, which we've done. So, and we at the time, we didn't love that it was this short. Said it right here on this YouTube channel, but it was. So we were thinking that it could be the low, right? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but it could be. Okay, so then we saw this triangle play out, and that just alerted us to the fact that it was going to be a zigzag. So when this was all bullish at the top, right here, right here, we were alerting the boys, like, look guys, it's a corrective move. If you're long, get out. And I think I even did that for you guys on YouTube. So this is a sideways style correction, not just because it has a triangle in the B, not that actually doesn't make it a triangle at all. It's a zigzag that serves the purpose of, and I called it a 3 at first, but it's not. This is a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a tiny little 4. You hate to see it, but whatever. Anyway, it's a zigzag that serves the purpose of a sideways, because the B retraces at least to the 887. Boom, actually, like right to the tick on the 887, and that basically, will give us our minimum estimate, typical estimate for a sideways style reactive wave. So A, B, C, deep test of the high on the reactionary wave, sideways. Now, of course, this reactionary wave was also deep, but it's just clearly this one is sideways, where the C finishes around the terminus of the A, just like we were talking about here. Whereas this one, we are clearly a sharp, as it is deep, but the C progresses the move and creates a deeper net retracement of the overall structure, right? So, boom, sharp sideways. So the rule of alternation is observed typically. So that's the number one reason why it is not top on the table. Is it always observed? No, but there's a reason it used to be called a rule. It is so reliable that there's no reason for me to think that it would give credence to a count that that doesn't observe it. Okay, until it's already passed, right? Of course, once things pass, they've passed, and you can sort of accept these lower probable outcomes more freely. Okay, so that's why I don't have it as my number one seed. Let's go ahead and throw a couple smaller reasonings onto it as well. First and foremost, this sideways 2, proposed 2, took 63 days to complete. The correction that I am saying is complete for the wave 4 took 59 days. So similar in magnitude, which is what you expect these sister waves, the 2 and the 4, to be similar in magnitude to one another. Now, if we take that this is still a 4 in play, it's already at 116 days. So if this was 60 and then we're up to 116, that's another, just say 60, a little less. So then that means that this proposed C wave would be yet another 60 days. If we're just, this is the way you practice the theory, friends. Like, these sister waves should be similar in magnitude. So 60, 60, 60, right? So if these are all 60 days moves, and this is only 60, so this is 3 times the size of this, that does happen, absolutely. But then you're getting even further outside the realm of typical expectation, right? So that's another reason why I don't give it, it's not in the top 2. Third reason why, I think I'd say that's good for the reasoning, right? Is why it's not in the top. But why it should be a potential is because, I always say that every chart stands on its own. Let me load the, should already have this up. Sorry, friends. Stand by. Okay, let me load the S&P. This one. Okay, so this was, put this up on Twitter, I don't know, Friday or something. But basically, what I said was, oh no, this is not the current thinking. This is the idea for my S&P count. However, let me see if I just already have that. There it is. Okay, cool. Just already updated, so I don't have to do any work. So basically, that was the idea, right? So this has been the idea we've been tracking. And now, of course, we've had more information develop since then, right? So this was drawn way back before this ever started on the downslope. Well, what have we had since then? This is the S&P 500 chart, which is basically the Bitcoin is a proxy of, right? So this would be the daddy. Bitcoin would be the little child. And it's really just been following it. So this is a reason why we would not go against it, why we would think my count was wrong and the flat is correct. Well, because, let's go ahead and get rid of this. We see that we've pretty much had a 5-swing move down here, right? So this could be considered a 3. There's a world in where we call this 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This 4 is quite deep, but you know, if you're gonna be in the camp of course, there's other things to talk about in the realm as well, that you might not be in flat count, right? That this is not an impulsive structure on the way down, that this could be, I don't know what you would have it as, an X, and then you have to put in a similar magnitude 3-wave down. I'm not sure, but if you're not in impulsive move down camp, and the flat finishes here, it doesn't have to be similar magnitude, right? The 4 doesn't have to be similar magnitude to that. You would actually expect it to be bigger. So now I'm sort of getting out of order in the way that I wanted to talk, because I got mixed up there. Oh, I was going to say that if you were an impulse, that's why I migrated out of the realm of what I think should be the count to reset. Okay, we'll get back to that. Trust me. But basically, I was saying that the size of this 4 relative to this 2, this little 2. If you're in, basically, because you would be in camp, S&P 500 is finished, correcting, right? Which is absolutely possible. As I said in my Twitter update, maybe I'll bring that up before this video is over. Probably not. Go ahead and check me out at Sensei Tudum. As I said in that Twitter update, absolutely we could be finished here, but I'm just not quite there yet because, again, this 4, while bigger than this 2 and a little bigger than what you would really want, it's about the same similar magnitude to this 2, right? So what if it looks to me like more of a 5-swing move, complete to the downside. And you know, really with this reaction that we've had, this reaction that we had off the low, it just sort of solidifies that for me. So where I think that, you know, we're gonna get this count. So if that's the case, and we're working on a B wave up to here, that would sort of, and Bitcoin is sort of beta and like a child to that chart, that might sort of potentially work on the idea of this going out here, right? And then hitting the downside move, right? That sort of, let's say, is confluence, right? Man, and this could very well, and when I say in that tweet that this could, the bottom very well could be in, it very well could. So I won't get into, we'll save, we need to do a video on this. So get those 100 likes out there, and then we'll put the vote out, and we need to do a video on S&P. I want to keep going on these videos. Let's hit a streak again like we did a couple weeks ago. Okay, so this would be nicely confluenced with that idea and before it going down. Now the problem is then again, now if you're a little bit weird about calling, which this idea would not, but in general, if you're weird about calling this 4 sister wave to this 2, and I think seeing this corrective move in here, with these very much look like sister waves, right? So right, that's more reasonable, right? That these are similar magnitude as opposed to this larger 4, right? So, but if you're in the camp of accepting this 4 relative to this 2, then, you know, this is way worse than that. But I guess it's not out of the realm of expectation. Although at that point, you pretty much, we could go ahead, and we are looking in log, right? So it kind of gets worse when you go out of log, but the price difference here is 20K to 70K, so we're more than 3 times the price difference on this price action compared to this price action. So log is a very log should be the primary look, not necessarily measurements, and these are log fibs as well, but they're just representative. If anything, shallow 2, long 1, short 3, shallow 4. These are all intricacies of the theory that we can get into and have higher level discussions, but I don't think that if I'm going to promise a short video that's already almost 15 minutes, I can do that right now. So, yeah, don't worry about the depths and things like that. I thought I might get into those. But then maybe your idea is that this is something, an X of some sort. That just know that if that is your idea and you're thinking, then logically what you have to think, and you could say, oh no, too, well, I think this. No, this is what your idea implies. If you're practicing this theory, is that you'll have, if that's the X, say this is a W or something, then you're gonna have another similar magnitude wave down. And in a log look, you're looking at that point something like $7,500. So maybe that's where some of these super low targets people have been talking about coming from. Yeah, not there. Sorry, I don't think so. I think that this correction is, I've been on flat for well over a year. No need to change now. I will certainly not, stay overly attached to that idea. But either way, suffice to say, and I honestly believe that, this needs to resolve to the downside. And I alerted everyone on Twitter that, hey, like 2 weeks ago, that, hey, this could be a sneaky flat coming in. Then all of a sudden, shockingly, I see people that follow me saying, hey, might be, or I said sneaky flat, sneaky ending diagonal, which would be cool. And I think I even talked about it on video. But I saw people using the same exact word. Hey, this could be a finished sneaky ending diagonal. No, it would not be. This would not be finished. There would be more. It's too easy. That's way too easy. But it could be. So I'm expecting this to resolve down to a C. I hope that we get some sort of a diagonal out of this. However it winds up to be, that would be so good because we could nail that shit. But it might, maybe not. Or it's like a, let's see, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4. So then we're still getting down here deep, right? So maybe it's that or something similar to it. So, but either way, I don't believe it's flat. If we do turn up here in an impulsive mode, I'm going to be more apt to call it that we're finishing something, a bottom potentially. Even though I hate it, even though I hate this as a bottom. We did a Wyckoff video last week. Does this look anything like the accumulation range that I was talking about in that video? Not really, right? So, but if we come up and do that, then I'm going to be, my idea will not switch to flat as a primary. That will then switch to the secondary, which right now it's tertiary. And then the bottom end will flip to the top for me. But I'm not there yet. I don't think that we're going to turn up right this second. I think that there's going to be more fuckery down and about here. I just, I think we need this capitulation to come. Could happen in any diagonal form. It's not my primary, as I've told you before. Primary would be more of an impulsive structure playing out. It's just an ugly 2 of some sort or something, and then we're going to get knifed down. But it could happen in any ending diagonal. Don't know. So basically the concept is that, I see this count growing in popularity, and yeah, could be. No reason from a probabilistic standpoint to believe that it is in the top couple options. Don't agree? Tell me in the comments. Really don't agree, and you have like some certifications or something like that, you want to come on and talk about it, we can do that too. All right, boys, hit this video with 100 likes, and I'll put up a Twitter poll, and we'll record a video tomorrow. All right, boys, tune out.